What's up everyone, I'm CallumOnToast, and in today's video I'm going to be showcasing some rapid fire battles in the Fossil Cup with one of the fastest teams you can possibly run. Now, do I recommend a team like this for climbing? Not really, but if you've kind of had enough of the Fossil Cup and you just want to get your sets in real quick, then this is the team for you. Of course, you can make adjustments depending on what you have available. I know Kartana and Hisuian Arcanine in particular are very difficult to obtain, so if you wanted to run Shadow Marwal and say Lucario, then that might also work. I'm personally working on building a super spicy triple level 50 team for the Fossil Cup, but I don't have the dust to build it just yet, or any other new Pokemon for that matter, so that's why you're seeing a few repeat Pokemon from other videos I've already made, but you will see a few bonus battles at the end of this video with one of those level 50 Pokemon that I've already built. Can you guess what it is? Well, anyways, with that being said, let's just get into the question of the day. Which of this season's themed cups would you prefer to see span across 2 weeks instead of the Fossil Cup? Let me know in the comment section down below, and with that being said, let's get into the battles now. Alright, so heading into the first battle, we lead Kartana into Registeel, so not the ideal lead, gonna save swap into my Gastrodon, and I'm met with a Ferrothorn, so not a great start for us. I'm actually going to shield in this matchup. All I want to do is grab one shield from my opponent, kind of forcing them to use a shield here, as if they let this go through, I would be able to flip switch advantage, so I do grab that shield there from the opponent. I'm then going to let my Gastrodon go down, and Power Whip takes out the Gastrodon. We're now going to wait out the switch clock here. I'm hoping I can come in with my Arcanine and go for the Fire Fang farm down, but the opponent does make it to a charge move. We can live anything, so I'm going to let this Power Whip go through, and let's see what the opponent wants to do. They're going to wait out the switch clock and then come in with their Pelipper. They swap back into the Registeel as I swap into my Kartana, and now I'm thinking if I let this move go through, I might be able to Fire Fang, farm down with my Arcanine, and go for double wild charges into the Pelipper. Also, let's talk about how crazy that resisted Zap Cannon was, taking out the Kartana from full health. That was insane, but we're able to get the Fire Fang farm down, and we make it to the back-to-back wild charges. We did get debuffed with our attack, so we actually got one extra Fire Fang in up against that Registeel, allowing me to make it to the second wild charge, taking out the Pelipper, and living with about 1 HP remaining to take that game. Into the next battle, we see another Registeel in the lead, so not great for us. Once again, gonna save swap into my Gastrodon, this time met with a Pelipper. Now, unfortunately, when I made this team, well, the previous day to making this team, I was seeing a lot of teams like the Lanturn or Jellicent lead with then the Lucario and Escavalier in the back. So that's the exact team that I built my team around trying to counter. I did see a lot of it yesterday, but today, unfortunately, didn't see it a single time, which it's just how it goes. You build a team to counter one team and then you don't see it, but I do genuinely think that the meta has been shifting a lot over the course of just a few days. Remember, back to the first day of this cup, there were so many Ferrothorn double Mud Boys, but I haven't seen that team in like the past 4 days. But here I'm going to put it all onto my Kartana in the back. The opponent farms up to the Thunderbolt before throwing. Could have just gone for the Surf, but now I'm able to CMP tie them, and they've got a very healthy Registeel in the back, and we've only got resisted Razor Leaf damage, but Kartana just does not care about that. Look at the Razor Leaf damage chunking this Registeel. We're going to shield again, and if they go for the Focus Blast, they're not going to debuff me, and now can we get the full Razor Leaf farm down? Yes, we can, and I'm able to take that game. So GG's to that opponent there. Into the next battle, we see a Ferrothorn in the lead. Now, this is really tricky because we do kind of lose this matchup, and we've got one really good response in the back, but also one really bad response in the back. And typically, Ferrothorn leads have at least one Pokemon very weak to Kartana in the back, typically 2, so we kind of need to preserve the health on our Kartana, so I'm happy to double shield here and then try to snipe with my Arcanine. I know they're probably going to have quick enough reactions to swap out of this matchup if they do choose to shield this here, which they do, so I go for the snipe there, and the opponent has a Jellicent. Now, I'm actually going to be able to make it to the Wild Charge. They don't throw the Surf straight away, and Wild Charge does huge damage. The opponent doesn't throw their energy. I'm able to Fire Fang farm them down. They come back in, I Fire Fang farm down the Ferrothorn as well, and they had a Quagsire in the back. They probably could have played that out there because they would have got a massive farm down on my Arcanine there, and Kartana without shields is basically, well, it's literally made of paper. It's an origami like man thing. But anyways, into the next battle. Once again, unfortunately seeing a Ferrothorn counter us. I also noticed that the previous day I wasn't seeing a lot of grass types in the back. Typically it was a Ferrothorn in the lead, but not a lot of grass in the back. Unfortunately, today it's been a bit different, but the opponent goes for the Thunder. I'm happy to just basically let this Kartana get incredibly low. We finally go for the Night Slash here just before they get to the next charge move, and the switch clock is up. We can swap into the Hisuian Arcanine, and the opponent isn't able to swap out just yet, so we nearly get the farm down, but then they acid spray me. They've got Pelipper in the back, and there's just no way I'm going to be able to win this game down a shield because Fire Fang is very slow to generate energy. We grab the shield there, but there's no point in shielding myself. Weather Ball takes out the Arcanine, and unfortunately they're able to easily wing attack, farm me down, and I do lose that game. So GG's to that opponent there. And into the next battle, we see the Pelipper in the lead. I'm going to bank a little bit of energy there because I know lock-ons aren't going to do much damage to my Kartana, although they do look like they chunk because even though they're only dealing 1 damage, Kartana only has 78 HP, which is kind of insane. But here I'm going to go for the Earth Power, as a Body Slam would not take them out. They now come in with a Ferrothorn, and I'm going to be able to very easily rock, paper, scissors my way through this battle. We go for Body Slam, that is resisted, doesn't really matter. We come in with the Arcanine, we can safely let this move go through. They are very likely to swap out straight away, which they do, so we swap instantly into the Kartana there, wasting no time, going for the Night Slash here, just in case we do get the boost, and Night Slash does grab that boost there. They go for a farm down, they've kind of given up already here, and we're able to Razor Leaf, farm down the Ferrothorn, and take that game. So GG's to that opponent there. Into the next battle, another Ferrothorn in the lead. So going to play this out very similarly to how I did it last time. Stay in, double shield if I have to, and then let's see what else we're going to do here. But they go for the Thunder, so that is quite comfortable here because Thunder is only single resisted, it is non-stab, and even though it's resisted, Kartana can't really tank it that easily. And if there is something like a Quagsire or a Lanturn in the back, then it is very helpful to have a very healthy Kartana to take them out here. But we're going to go for the second Night Slash, and Night Slash actually lands, and we get the boost, so we get the full Razor Leaf farm down. They come in with their Escavalier, and we come in with our Gastrodon. So the opponent actually staying in this matchup. They go for the Mega Horn, that nearly takes us out, and now they swap into the Quagsire, but I think we're too low. Now they will be able to Mud Shot, farm me all the way down, and I'm only going to be able to get at least 2, maybe 3 Razor Leafs off into the Quagsire, but they will be able to get off the charge move here, so that is really unfortunate. They're not quite in range for me to Fire Fang, farm them down. It's going to be close here. We come in with the Arcanine, but they do make it to the Mud Bomb, and this is easily going to be able to one-shot my Arcanine, and I do unfortunately lose that game. So GG's to that opponent. I also saw quite a lot of teams that were double weak to fire with the Ferrothorn and Escavalier, but unfortunately having Arcanine in the back, it's just really hard to align it right. But into this next battle, we swap into this Pelipper with our Gastrodon, which seems like a very odd decision here, but I don't really want to tank a move on my Kartana, so I'm actually going to tank 2 Weather Balls on the Gastrodon, maybe go for the farm down. I don't think I'm actually going to make it here, so I have to throw my Body Slam. I don't want to go down 2 shields in this matchup already, so we do finally take out the Pelipper, but very questionable play so far. They now come in with the Escavalier, and hopefully if they've got something like Lanturn in the back, then all will be forgiven, as I will be able to fully Fire Fang, farm down this Escavalier before they even make it to the charge move. And it is actually a Registeel in the back, so this is also going to be fine for us. I still have a shield. They might go for the Zap Cannon, hoping for a debuff, but no, they full send the Focus Blast there, no debuff, and now I will be able to Fire Fang, farm them down. I swap out just for the sake of it, catching the move onto my Kartana, but we know that they were easily in range for me to Razor Leaf farm them down anyways, and I'm able to take that game. So GG's to that opponent. Into the next battle, another Ferrothorn in the lead. So once again, going to stay in this lead matchup here, and they typically do go for that Thunder, so I don't really have to worry about shielding up a potential bait. Although just as I say that, the opponent does bait me with the Power Whip, so that is very awkward. But we're now going to go for a Night Slash here, grabbing the shield, and we get the boost, which is massive. I'm now going to use my second shield here, and they're probably going to be more incentivized to shield up the next Night Slash. if I've got the boost, although maybe they have the Escavalier in the back, so maybe they just let it go through, which they do, but they come in to Pelipper, and look at that Razor Leaf damage. It is absolutely chunking. We swap, we catch the move onto the Gastrodon, and it is a Whiscash in the back, so this is looking absolutely perfect. We can go for the Body Slam here. This is not going to do much damage, but we don't really care. We're going to get them fairly low. The opponent throws here as they reach 9 mud shots. They full send the Blizzard, taking out the Gastrodon, but they have no residual energy, so I will be able to take out this Whiscash in just 3 Razor Leafs, and we will be able to Razor Leaf, farm down the Pelipper just about there, and I'm able to take that game. So GG's to that opponent there. Into the next battle, we see a Shadow Marwile. This is awful. They're running Fire Fang, and then they come in with their own Kartana. So we've got a pretty similar team strat in mind, but they are leading with the Fire Fang user, which might be smarter considering all the Ferrothorn that I did see today, but they've got a Credilli as the 3rd Pokemon, and unfortunately we're just not going to be able to deal enough fast move pressure here with our Arcanine, so I think we're just going to be able to get outpaced here to the 3 Rock Slide. So I'm going to use my shield here, and I will be able to make it to 1 more Rock Slide before they make it to their final Rock Slide, but it's just, I don't see how we're able to win this game here. We go for the Rock Slide. I assume they're going to overfarm by 1, and we do swap out. We catch the move, but they can just come back in with the Marwile, rightfully undercharge that Rock Slide as well, get off 3 Fire Fangs, which isn't a lot of farm, but they will be able to make it to the Power Up Punch. I should just about live this, but we don't have enough health there, and unfortunately the Marwile does take out the Arcanine, and we lose that game. But GG's to that opponent. Into the next battle, we see Lanturn in the lead, great lead, and they are staying in, so I'm actually going to shield up this Surf. It is resisted, of course, but if they're staying in with a Lanturn of all Pokemon, then they are incredibly weak to the Kartana. We swap into Gastrodon, and there is the Quagsire, and this is going to be game over for my opponent. Unfortunately, being double weak to Grass and having Kartana in the lead is basically game over from the get-go, especially when Escavalier is the 3rd Pokemon, which I can align to my Hisuian Arcanine. So this opponent might even just fully sacrifice their Quagsire, which probably is the only real play that they can make here, but let's see. We go for the next Body Slam, and Body Slam takes out the Quagsire. They do get a nice counter farm down, but it's not going to matter. They will not make it to 2 drill runs in time. They can even Acid Spray me if they want, but it doesn't matter. They go for the first drill run. We're able to Fire Fang, farm down the Escavalier, and I'm able to take that game. Into the next battle, we see Escavalier in the lead. So once again, going to save swap into my Gastrodon. They stay in for a while, and then they swap into Quagsire. So here I should really fight for switch, but I was kind of dumb and I didn't do that. So, well, I kind of spoiled it, but you're going to see I do lose this game. We go for the Earth Power, and the opponent does rightfully shield up the Earth Power, which basically means I'm not going to be able to outpace them. 2 charge moves. I will actually shield that up knowing I make it to the Body Slam, and they're probably going to shield this up just in case, and they do. So now I do at least have a shield advantage, but it's very likely to be another water type in the back, like maybe Lanturn or Pelipper. If it's Pelipper, then it's maybe not so bad, but let's see. It is the Lanturn, and yeah, there's just no way I win this game. I'm actually not going to throw here, hoping that maybe I can come in with my Kartana, fully Razor Leaf farm them down, and somehow a Night Slash with the Razor Leaf damage will be enough to take out the Escavalier, but it's going to be incredibly close. We do shoot up the Thunderbolt there. That would basically take me out from this range. We go for the Night Slash straight away, hoping for a boost. Can we get the boost? No, we don't, and it's not enough damage. They make it to the charge move in time, and this will easily be enough to take out my Kartana, and we do unfortunately lose that game. But GG's to that opponent there. Into the next battle, and we see another Escavalier in the lead. So once again, gonna say swap into my Gastrodon, and the opponent is staying in once again. So this might even be the exact same team. So they go for the drill run, and they swap into Quagsire. So this is very likely the same team. Once again, we're gonna full send the Earth Power, but the difference here is that our switch clocks are massively misaligned. So I can safely let Gastrodon go down, which I will, and Mud Bomb will take me out. But we come in with the Kartana straight away. They just about make it to a charge move, which is actually perfect because my switch clock is just coming up. They just threw a charge move, so they can't swap out there, and they can't throw either. And now I will be able to align my Kartana to this Lanturn. We can go for the Wild Charge, and Wild Charge does big damage to the Lanturn, and they can go for a Surf, doesn't really make a difference, as I will be able to fully Razor Leaf, farm down the Lanturn from this range, then make it to one last second charge move, but we got the Razor Leaf through, so I can safely shield the Surf, take out the Lanturn, and take that game. So GG's to that opponent there, and now into the bonus battles from yesterday, and this is the exact team that I built my team to beat. And here, the reason I ran Gastrodon is because it does actually beat Lucario in the 2 shields down on energy, especially if they go straight power up punch here, as we fully mud slap, farm them all the way down, whereas with all the other mud boys there, Lucario can actually, on the switch in, flip that matchup if you let the power up punch go through. So that's the whole reason I ran Gastrodon, and then I started seeing a lot of Pelipper, a lot of Ferrothorn, and some Credilli in the back there, which obviously Gastrodon wasn't a fan of, which was unfortunate, but on this first day of using it, it actually worked really well for me. And as well, the opponent goes for an undercharge there, but unfortunately they undercharge too much. They have to throw another charge move to take me out, and now they've got an Escavalier in the back, and this is the secret level 50 spicy pick. It is a Hisuian Growlithe, which I got as a lucky trade, and it is a 100% IV level 50 Growlithe. Into the next battle, we see a Shadow Sandslash in the lead. Once again, gonna save swap into my Gastrodon, and we bait out a Whiscash. Now, I'm going to let the first charge move go through here, and the opponent goes for the Mud Bomb, so we do tank that very easily. I'm actually going to play it safe, just go straight Body Slam in this matchup, and we do land the first one. Unfortunately, landing an Earth Power would have been a lot better, but I make it to the next Body Slam here, and Body Slam goes unshielded, so I will be able to flip Switch Advantage, which is exactly what I need. So I'm going to shield this up. Could have been the Blizzard, it wasn't, which is unfortunate because they actually don't make it to another Mud Bomb there, so I kind of wasted that shield, but they come in with a Shadow Quagsire, so this is absolutely perfect for me. So I can safely let this move go through. We're going to come in with our Kartana, and they're probably going to swap out straight away. They do swap out straight away, but we come in with the Hisuian Growlithe. We go for the full Ember farm down. Unfortunately, Drill Run would one-shot us, so we have to shield it up. And we actually give my opponent some kind of play here, as they can go and build up to the back-to-back Mud Bombs before throwing. I don't throw just because they do have one shield remaining, so it's kind of pointless. Well, actually, they had both shields remaining here, but can we live a Mud Bomb on the Kartana? Just about, but bloody hell, that did so much damage, but Kartana just about hangs on, and we take that game. So GG's to that opponent. Into the final battle of this video, we see another Escavalier in the lead, and the opponent responds to my safe swap with their Jellicent. So we're going to go straight for that Earth Power, and Earth Power does connect, and now I will be able to flip Switch Advantage. And that's all we need with the Escavalier in the lead, because obviously Hisuian Growlithe absolutely loves to see the Escavalier, although they do actually make it to the Drill Run now that they do have a few counters worth of energy, but they're going to come back in with the Escavalier. We're going to full send the Earth Power. Probably could have baited with the Body Slam, but it doesn't really matter. Actually, it kind of does matter as they fully farm me down, but we come in with the Growlithe. We're going to shield once, and I'm expecting maybe a Lanturn or Pelipper in the back, and they allow me to fully farm them down, and it is the Lanturn in the back, the opponent recognizing they won't be able to take that game, and I'm able to take it there. So GG's to that opponent. So that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed that little snippet of what's to come on this channel with the level 50 spice. If you did enjoy it, then make sure you leave a like, leave a comment, letting me know, and as well, don't forget to respond to the question of the day if you haven't done so already. And if you want to see more content like this in the future, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching today's video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.